something and the agents had to do something to get
In order to
the
make
benefit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's right. And then came culture. In the end, we have to protect all of this, right? Interesting thing about Y4C2Ts, you may know the history on that, but what happened was we went out, started expanding across the state of Texas, and every day I was in a different city, right? So if it was Tuesday, I was in San Antonio, right? If I was in San Antonio, I knew it was Tuesday, okay? And that's what my life was like. I literally was running these offices one day a week, even though we had leadership on it. Finally, I wore out, I couldn't do it. I came home and said my work's done. They were all profitable. A year later, they were all unprofitable, going out of business. And I actually did a couple of things, but one of the things I did was I actually asked Gary Gentry, Althea Osborne, where is Althea? I saw her a little while ago. Althea, yep. And I asked Sharon Gibbons, our first employee, so our first agent, our first employee, and one of our first 13 agents out there. Invited them into a room at a lawyer's office, and I said, tell me why you like this company. Tell me why you like it. And I wrote down everything they said. And then as they went home, we came back the next day, and I organized those into categories. I had sheets of paper, and each sheet of paper ultimately ended up representing one of those letters. And that's how the culture was built. It wasn't something we invented, it's something that we acknowledged and we identified so that we can continue to do it. Does that make sense? And that's what we did, right? Now, what did you accomplish? Well, this is interesting, isn't it? That journey led to the largest real estate sales force in the world. #1 in sales volume and units in the United States. #1 billion in counting and profit sharing paid. Yeah. In other words, folks, we're on all cylinders today. Look at the numbers. Over 200 million in owner profits created in 2017 alone. What's the next number? 8 what?
Billion.
How much? $8 billion in agent income in 2017 alone. There's some numbers for you. All right, Steve, hold me to this. But more real estate offices and real estate agents and RealTrends. Yes. Yep, he's shaking his head, yes. And the Wall Street Journal. #1 training company in the world, Diana. Here's some things you may not know. #1 happiest place to work in America. No? Yeah. #2 was Nike. Top 13 top place to work in America. Ahead of people that were on that top 5 most valuable companies. Ahead of them. And last one, which is interesting, is you've been taught for over a decade at Stanford and Harvard. Okay? RE/MAX is not, Coldwell Banker is not, EXP is not, by the way. Compass is not. You are. Okay? And let me tell you why. The reason why you are taught is for one simple reason. Because you agreed to profit share. So here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to ask you a question. We took our relationship, pushed the industry, right? So you literally have the agent is a salesperson. Keller Williams came into the industry, and what did we do? We said, no, the agent is a business person. I think we actually wrote a book about that. I'm not sure, right? Then we turned around and said, whoa, 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 whoa. In that book, we said, you're not only a business person, you could have a mega business. It could be a legitimate business like any other business on the planet, okay? #3, in the last couple of years, we put forth the idea, and it was Keller Williams that put forth this idea that the agent mega business is an expandable business. So I want you to look at those 3 circles. That's you. That's what you represent to the entire industry. Okay? This is what you did. By the way, we'll talk in a second what we're fixing to do with the consumer. Right? The question is, who's going to decide, who's going to define the ultimate consumer experience? Who are you going to let define that? Our pitch is that you should allow yourself to do it, right? So we're there again. We have to change right now. If you want to remain as the fiduciary to the real estate buyer and seller, right? KW invested all of its time and money supporting the agent building business. Together we power through the business agent era. We did. That era, by the way, isn't going away. It lives, but we have another era to add on top of it. Today we have to partner again in a completely new way. We're going to have to lock arms, team up again, power through the 4th industrial revolution by creating the most powerful proprietary real estate database on the planet and consumer experience. we're going to have to do that, okay? Now, we disrupted the real estate industry through profit share, right? When you, what was it, 2 years ago, the Realogy report that was written, and the only real estate company that was mentioned in there was Keller Williams, that you were the biggest threat to Realogy, and you were called out as a company. Folks, you did change the industry in an amazing way, right? Today, you're gonna have to disrupt it again, right? We're gonna have to go from a profit share relationship to, additionally, we're gonna have to win the data share war. You with me?
It's a cliffhanger.
Pregnant pause.
It's a pregnant.
Okay. So I'm Sharon Swanson. Hair's different. Old picture. I'll get around to changing it one of these days. I want to talk to you just a little bit about my experience. I've been in the business a long time. In fact, I've been in the business longer than some of you have been alive. I've been in the business over 40 years. I've done a lot of different things, including coaching and training. I was an REO coach for some companies around the country. So I've done a lot of different things. And the real estate market is kind of interesting right now. I've seen lots of changes in those 40 years. And we have been in a hot buyer's market for who knows how long. Any idea? Good girl, almost three. Almost three. Market's flattened down a little bit right now. We don't know what that means. We know these things are staying on the market a little bit longer. Instead of 10 offers on the first day, it may take 3 or 4 or 5 days. List prices are coming down, not sale prices. Don't hear me say the market's dropping. It is not doing that. We still have plenty of pressure on our market. But it makes it, either extreme of the market is tough on agents, because it may sound wonderful to have 10 offers on a property, but actually that's 10 offers you have to deal with, and 20 is even worse. So there's pros and cons to both sides. I've worked for probably every major real estate company on the west side of the country. I've traveled around the country as a national trainer. And I can tell you that this office is, it's not unique to Keller Williams, but this office is a unique office. This is the most supportive place I've ever worked. Agents indulge in friendly competition, not cutthroat competition. They're extremely supportive of each other. They give of their time and energy. We have Red Day. We participate, both our offices participate in Red Day. This last year, we redid the exterior, the landscaping in a house in Henderson. Very nice family. We also have an annual fundraising event for KW Cares, which is our charitable organization. It's where we give money to help people who are in trouble. And this year we have a group of agents who, for whatever reason, I am not among them, are running in the Rock and Roll Marathon. So to support them, we are getting a hospitality suite, and we're going to have drinks and food to support them as they complete the race. So this is a very family-oriented environment, different from other real estate companies that I've worked for. I want to take the time right now to introduce the 2 guys that are going to be the next presenters. They are in the top 5 in our office, and each of them gives time, knowledge, and money very freely to help support the other people in the office. So Craig Tiffey, you'll come on up.
Hey everybody! So I'm kind of loud and obnoxious, is that okay? Awesome. So I'm going to get really, really real with you today, is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So I have been in real estate for 3 years, so I don't know jack diddly about the real estate business. But the one thing I do know about is helping people grow their businesses. And we just happen to sell real estate, which is the product on the shelf. So today we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to get into the business, what it's like to sustain yourself in the business, and obviously give yourself an exit plan and get out of the business, okay? So real quick, I've been at Keller Williams a little over 2 years. I've got the top producing team in our market center here. I was voted top 100 real estate agent in Las Vegas last year. Just means that the bar is really low, because remember I said I'm not so good at my job. And we give a lot back. So a lot of our business just comes from giving back to the community, giving back to other people to get into the business, as well as giving back to our service providers who help us give our clients what they want. So that's a little bit about me. I can't wait to dive into the real facts and details and scare the hell out of all of you. So we'll do that next.
Okay, and so now I want to introduce Ed Rossi.
Hello, everybody.
Also a team leader. And you're getting two very different team leaders and very different teams. Their teams reflect their philosophy and the type of business that they do. And so you're gonna get a good cross-section of what's available. Ed, go for it.
A little bit about myself. I've been at Keller Williams for 4 years now. I've been a real estate agent in Miami. I've been a real estate agent here. Been in the business 14 years. I do residential and commercial sales. And our team gives back a lot. We give back to some cancer projects. We give back for kids. We give back to the Wounded Warrior Fund. We do a lot of homeless things. So we're real big on giving back. And we have a philosophy on our team. We just do the deal no matter what. Getting paid is a secondary thing to what we do. Our job is to get people in home. So that's kind of a little bit about us.
That's the quick nitty gritty. That's the easy part.
Yep, that's pretty fast.
So how many of you are a licensed real estate agent currently and are looking to either accelerate your curve or figure out what it is that you're doing well and not doing so well? And how many of you are brand new in the business? Haven't even gotten your license yet? Raise your hand. So brand new in the business, don't even have a license yet? Oh, this is going to be fun. Little do you know. Right? So, real estate, and you'll see some of my team walking around. Real estate is simple, but boy, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. I think a lot of us get into the business under misconceptions. We think, I've got a friend or family, and my mom says if I get my real estate license, I can sell her house, or I got an aunt that's going to move here. That's great. That's really awesome. How are you going to sustain and build a business on this? And so we're going to get really clear today. That's why it's called Real Talk. And I want to scare all of you, because here's one thing that I didn't have. Besides Ed, I didn't have somebody saying, this is the good and the bad about the business. I kind of got into it with misconceptions about reality, although I have a transferable skill, and I think that kept me above water long enough to learn what the hell I was doing. We're successful and we're really proud of our success, but let me tell you, man, we work the 18, 20-hour days to make the money that we make. And that's just the brutal reality. So we're going to show you how to fast track that. We're going to show you, we're going to actually give you some tools and tricks today. We're not selling you on Jack Diddley. You've already sold yourself to be here to learn more. So don't worry, there's no sales at the end of all of this. We just want to help you be successful in real estate in Las Vegas. Because quite frankly, if you are, guess what that means for us? Because there is a greedy side here. That means that people like Ed, Sharon, and I get to work with a professional, and we can make sure that our ultimate client, which is our buyer or seller, in my case, my team, gets to work with a consummate professional. So, am I very clear with why you're here today? Great. Cool. So, tell us a little bit about our numbers. So, we're at Keller Williams, #1 real estate company in the world. Boom.
Put the numbers up here.
Yep.
There we go. All right. According to Las Vegas Association of Realtors, these are our numbers. 46,598 total properties sold during 2017. Seems like a lot, huh? Yeah. Do you have any idea how many realtors are in the Greater Association, the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors?
Think about it, don't answer it, think about it.
All right. 2017 sales total exceeds 41,720. Such properties sold in 2016.
Last year we had the highest amount of closing sold units in the last record. Let me rephrase it here. We had the top 3 closed soldings only to 2011 and 2016. So 2011 the market collapsed. That was an investor market. Okay, by the way, I wasn't even in real estate sales. I was still in real estate law. We'll talk about that. And then in 2016, we had the second best. And then in 2017, we had the second best. And in 2016, we had the third best. That means that we have seen so much more energy in our market in the last 3 years, technically, than we have in history of real estate. Wow. We could just end that right now. What do you think that means? If the market is on fire like that, what do you think is going to happen in the future of real estate in Las Vegas? Okay, well, it's gonna keep growing, but everything that goes up eventually must come down, yeah? Say, a good business person who doesn't just sell homes, they look for that, you know, that's in their business plan. But that's a really good thing to think about. So now, what Sharon was saying,
1.3 million realtors nationally. Sounds like a big number, huh?
1.3 million realtors, not real estate agents. These are realtors, people who took their business to the second level and said, I'm gonna have an ethical and fiduciary obligation, and I'm gonna have a code of ethics to get there. There's real estate agents that aren't realtors, just so you know.
Yes, unfortunately.
And most of them are commercial agents.
Right.
87% of all real estate agents fail within the first 5 years. I'm going to share with you that I ran new agent training programs for 20 years, and my experience is even more severe than that. Most agents end up getting out of the business within the first, before the end of their second year. I think you've got some stats on that.
Yeah. Over there, you'll see 100 minus 85. That's actually what I've seen in my 15 years as reality. So 15 if a class started today with 100 of you in there wanting to become real estate agents, by next year, 85 are not going to be in the business any longer. And within the next 2 years, another 13 and a half on the average are going to leave.
And
So
why do
that
you
means-
suppose that is? What do you think happens? No, but that's a good answer. What do you think happens? It's actually real simple. You'll all relate to it real quickly. What do you think happens?
They lose their drive or something? I don't know.
Pardon me?
They lose their drive, competition?
Nope. Nope. You run out of money. Your credit cards go full. And you come in and say to me, Sharon, I have to get a job. And I say, I understand. Okay? That's what happens.
And I want you to remember what Sharon just said, because we're going to talk about it in a minute. Agents come in and actually sit down with her. They come to my team as well. They say, you know, I gotta go get a real job. So I want you to think about that for a minute, because we're going to dive into that a little deeper.
And I want to share with you that when I started in real estate, I gave myself 90 days to see money, or I had to go get a real job, and I did not want one. I'd come out of corporate America, and I did not want to go back. So every time I faced an obstacle and a barrier, Craig's going to talk with you about those, I would say, okay, Sharon, you don't have to do it, as long as you're willing to go get a real job.
Yeah.
Okay?
And then, what's really exciting in a way, and very scary in a way, 2018 sees an increase of over 16,000 real estate agents in the greater Las Vegas area compared to 14,000 in 2017. And that is increasing. So I was in Phoenix a month ago. Phoenix has a very similar market to Las Vegas. They have a 3-week waiting list for every single one of their real estate schools, online and in person. Because the post-secondary education will only allow them to enroll so many people at a time based on the administration they have to manage them. Isn't that crazy? So,
Now, hold on, real quick on that one, Craig.
yep.
What do you think happens when the market shifts and sales aren't as easy as they are now with 16,000 agents? They start depleting. It's the same thing. I've been lucky enough to be in real estate in the boom in 03, 04, 05, when everybody wanted to buy and everybody was making money. And then I was in the business in 07, 08, 09, when nobody was making money and you were struggling through it. And back on the other end. What happened? Half of those people that got into real estate realized this is hard. And you gotta hustle. And people were like, forget this. I'm gonna go get a real job because I don't wanna do this. It's not fun. And that's what they leave.
Well, you can. And we're actually gonna tell you exactly what needs to happen to do that. So from this point on, it gets interactive. How many want free stuff? Good, because I love to give away free stuff. And so we have everything from gift cards to car washes to coaching classes. You must engage with me and Ed and Sharon, and we will engage back in the form of something free. So when you guys came in, we asked what real estate meant to you. And I think this is important, right? Yep, I mean, I think this is really important. Ed and I each know why we get our ass up every day and come to work. Not uncommon that I'm the one turning off the alarm in the morning, turning the alarm back on when I go to bed. Oh, and by the way, that's why my team made $505,000 last year. We sold 98 homes. Okay, so I want you to think that. That's really important. Ed, he won't say it, but Ed just sold the Mount Charleston Lodge. Yeah, $4.8 million. So believe me when I tell you we are very passionate about what we do for our community and our team and our families. Okay, we're very passionate. So we asked some questions. Taylor, you said in one word, future is what real estate meant to you. Where's Taylor? Raise your hand. Awesome. Since you were the first one in, and there you go. So future. How many thinks that's a really good reason? Future.
Yeah.
Okay. Megan wrote family. Megan, raise your hand. Awesome. So Tina, business. 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 We'll talk about that. Cameron, homes. Cameron, homes, like showing homes?
Like selling homes.
Selling homes, okay, awesome. Brevon, is that what it is?
Breon.
Huh?
Breon.
Breon, opportunity. That one I relate to, opportunity. Throw him something. There you go. Stacy, legacy. Where's Stacy? Legacy. Martin, future. Martine. Martini.
Come on, Martini, you should know. Come on, figure that one out. That's what we all do when we're done working.
Martini. Anna, potential. Where's Anna? Potential. Tracy, throw them out as fast as I'm saying it. Tracy, is that integrity? Tracy, where are you? Tracy?
She may have stepped out.
All right, Tracy, integrity will hold something for you. Linda, freedom. Freedom. Domingo?
Yes.
Investment. Flex, like flex time?
Or
Flex
flexibility.
muscles. Flexibility, okay.
Thank you.
And then Sid, helping. Where's Sid? Helping. That's my name, so we'll get to that in a second. And then Frida, opportunity. Okay. So is it interesting that we have a room full of entrepreneurs? You know, Keller Williams teaches us the 6 personal perspectives. And I would say that people who are really making a lot of money, making a huge difference in their community, making a huge difference for their family, they completely understand the 6 personal perspectives. And this applies in any business anywhere, not just to Keller Williams. You know, Gary Keller is a really smart man, and he wrote a really good book. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. But it's not a book. It's a business plan. It's a how-to. It's, hey, start with this and end with that, and here's your measurable results. My business, because remember I said I'm not that smart, my business started at Keller Williams 2 years ago with the MREA. If you walk away today and you want to know one thing that's going to help you, it's going to be align yourself with somebody and put your business plan together. So, it's all about you. You had a couple of questions you wanted to ask about, friends and family and...
Friends and family. What does friends and family when it comes to real estate mean to anybody?
Referrals.
Okay. She said they're not your customers. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Tell me something else regarding friends and family and real estate. Huh? Networking. Okay.
That network's right there.
Yeah. Reality is.
They want the best deal.
They want the best
They
deal.
want the best.
Yeah. Friends and family equal reduced commission.
Reality is, most people that get into real estate is because a mom, an uncle, somebody wants to sell a house and they're like, easy money, I got this. And they get into real estate. That's why a lot of people get into real estate. I've seen it in the 15 years, you've seen it. They're like, oh, I got my mom's gonna sell, my brother's gonna buy, I'm getting into real estate. That's great, that's the plus in family. But minus is what happens when they're done. Because nobody plans for, oh, I ran out of family that wants to buy and friends that want to buy, now what do I do? This isn't a 7-Eleven. No one's gonna come in and buy a Coke from you. No one's gonna buy a bottle of water. We need to go find people. And most people don't understand that. Most people get into real estate thinking, oh, I'm gonna use family and friends once I get done, and I'll have business forever. Reality is, that's very short term, and most of it is gonna be reduced because it's family. And they're gonna think, oh, you make a lot of money for a little bit of work. That's reality.
Which is flip-flops.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk about how much little work we actually do.
So I think that's a good lead into the next section. Why do real estate agents fail? That 87%, why do they fail? And so I wanna write this down, because if you get it right, we're gonna give you something that I think is extraordinary. Again, I'm not selling you, but why do real estate agents fail? Okay? Yeah.
They run out of resources.
So run out of resources. So I am a real estate agent. Okay, it's like being a doctor. I don't spell good and I don't write good, so don't judge me on that. What's your name?
Domingo.
Can I put Dom?
Yes, you may.
Dang, I'm just
Thank
gonna
you
write.
for asking.
Okay, next.
Lack of discipline.
Okay, lack of discipline. If somebody can write faster than me, this would be awesome. Pen. Anybody in the back? Don't all jump up here at once.
It's just easier for you to do that.
What's your name? Stacy. Keep going. What else? Yes.
No business plan.
No business plan. Love that. Hold on, we're gonna get your name here.
Love that.
I think I have shirts that say that.
Tina.
Tina? Yeah.
They don't start growing their business from the beginning if they don't work.
Say it in a different way. They don't start growing their business from the beginning, so they don't have a business, no, because she just said business plan, so I'm okay with that.
Networking, trying to reach out to potential customers.
So, prospecting? Okay, let's just keep it simple. Prospecting, yeah. Yes,
No accountability,
no accountability.
partner or anything.
Huge words that nobody really likes.
Lack of
Yeah.
vision.
Okay, hold that thought. So, Sierra, and then lack of vision. Okay, how many of you watched Gary Keller on the video, 2017 Vision? So, in my opinion, Gary Keller is the Steve Jobs of real estate. And does anybody know who Inman is? Okay, Inman is a international real estate publication. And so, they just had Inman Connect in San Francisco, and there was a poll that 82% of all real estate agents that attended Inman still say that the Millionaire Real Estate Agent is relevant in today's market. I thought that was pretty cool. So let's continue real quick. So Don, we got lack of vision. Who else? What is it? Lack of rapport. Okay, lack of rapport.
Consistency.
Somebody else. Consistency. Okay, what was your name? Martini. And then Sid. Who else? What did you say?
Consistency, lack of consistency.
How about somebody else?
Lack of money.
Okay, lack of money.
No advertising. They don't know how to advertise.
Okay, lack of money. What's your name?
Linda.
Lydia?
Linda.
Linda Moore. Okay, lack of money.
Oh, I said they don't know how to advertise.
They don't know how to advertise, and your name is?
Frida.
Frida? F-R-I-D-A? Great.
I-E-D-A.
F-R-I-D-D-A.
F-R-I-E-D-A.
I sell real estate.
Elm Street, you can figure that one out.
Right? And Cameron?
Yeah, poor sales ability.
Poor sales ability. Ooh. You might be onto something there. Poor sales ability. Who else? Who else have we not? I'd like to give everybody something here. No IT knowledge. Okay. And that is Tina? Anybody else? You raising your hand in the back?
Yeah, poor conversion rate.
Poor conversion rate, okay. Okay, and let's wrap it up with a couple of more and then we'll be done. Yes?
They're not persistent or professional.
Persistence, okay. I call that hustle, but yeah, persistence. And that is, your name? Anna? Yep, John?
No vision.
No vision? Okay, got that in there, I think, already. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, not no vision, yeah, okay.
Yes.
Lack of knowledge.
Okay, lack of knowledge.
Procrastinating.
Name? Stacy. Lack of knowledge, Stacy, and
No people skills.
no people skills. Your name?
Megan.
Megan. And then last one.
Lack of adaptability, being able to adapt and change.
And Sid said, lack of being able to change. Okay. Real estate is simple and it's not easy. Okay? It's not easy. Survey says you will not prospect or lead generate. Who had that? Who's I? Anna. Congratulations.
By the way, one of the best books I've read. It's a really
Next
good
one. Yep, it is. Great book. Next one, you will not follow up. You won't follow up. Like you'll do the job, but you won't do the second job and the third job and the fourth job. You won't follow up. It's almost like in real estate, we look for the now business, we look for the low-hanging fruit. And you know what? Success is in the marathon, not in the sprint.
Craig, hold on for that for a second. Follow up. How many times do you think it takes each one of us, whether it's Craig, myself, our team, to actually get a client to come in and do something with us?
So how many of you got an email from me? How many of you got 2 emails from me? How many of you got 3 emails from me? 4 emails, 5 emails, 6 emails in the course of less than 2 weeks? Yeah. Answer the question.
Yeah, it's typically 10 to 12 times. I can tell you right now, our online leads, if they don't answer us, we attempt to reach them 32 times in 9 days on my team. You either buy or you die.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Timing?
Okay, most of us, our lead gen systems allow the opportunity to come to us. We do a little bit of outbound prospecting, we'll talk about that, but most of our lead gen systems are, we put a nugget out there in the internet or something, and then you captured it, you're like, yeah, I'm kind of interested, we captured all your information, and then life got in the way, the grandkids showed up, it became the holidays, and it was too hot, whatever it was, and we were just there constantly until you re-engaged with us. Okay? Some of you shrugged your shoulders. How many contacts?
32 in 9 days.
Yeah. We do a 12 by 12. So he's really aggressive.
Yeah, and the reason is because they don't answer us.
Yeah. We do a 12 by
So
12.
we just we bombard them with everything, and either you buy or you die. And we have people in our database that call us a year from now and say, hey, all the times you've called me, all the videos you sent me, everything, now I want to buy a house. I'm ready now.
Yeah. Patty's not in the room. I don't know.
Patty's probably like our team 32.
Yeah. Patty's our database manager, and we'll get some stats from her. So, will not follow up. Who had will not follow up over here? So we have discipline, business plan, priority vision, rapport, consistency, maybe, lack of money, advertisement, poor sales, no IT, poor conversion, persistence, knowledge. So I'm going to go with consistency. So Sid, good job.
There's your map. That is the map.
You let bad experiences bring you down. Bad deal. First deal. They yelled and screamed at you and said, oh my God, you're horrible. And you're like, I can't get in this business. This is horrible. I'm getting out. Mom, I'll call you next week. Okay? Don't think we have anybody here, right? No, I didn't. Rapport. I don't know. Rapport. Should we give it to her?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. You're welcome. You think real estate is hard and will not work hard enough. Yeah, I'm telling you, real estate is extremely difficult. Okay? But you only have to do a couple of things really, really well. You say it's too competitive, so I know we don't have anybody up here with competitive. You say it's too competitive. Yeah. How many real estate agents?
16,000.
Over 16,000. And guess who does the majority of the home selling and buying?
Greg.
Top 20%. Top 20% do 80% of all the transactions in this town. Keep that in mind. You keep making the same mistakes. Yeah, we have a fiduciary duty. We are a licensed real estate agent in good standing with the state of Nevada. I mean, our licenses are, well, no, actually back up. Her license is on the line. And therefore she will bring us into court.
Every time we walk out, it's her license in our pocket, not
Yeah.
ours.
Keep that in mind. So you choose comfort over success. We're going to go back to some of the reasons why you got into business. Because some of you want the comfort, you want the life. You will not make it a team sport. It's funny. How many of you have ever owned a business? Doesn't matter what kind. How many of you have worked for somebody? How many of you say, if I didn't work for this guy or girl or lady or corporation, they would not be as successful as they are without me? Patty's raising her hand. She's like, that's Patty, my database manager. You have a short-sighted outlook. So I think we had somebody here. It's not going to be business plan because we'll come back to that. So I'm going to give vision and who else?
I think the lack of flexibility would go well with.
Okay, so vision and lack of flexibility. What are our names here? So,
Sorry, I didn't mind how to put names up there going too fast.
I think you'll do well with the real estate investor. Okay, and then who was the other one? Lack of vision? Dom.
Domingo again.
Dom.
I am Domingo.
I'm going to give you something different. Because I think that's really, really important. So you get a free coaching session with me.
Oh, thank you.
Good for you. All right. You focus on the expenses instead of growing your sphere. Okay, I've got $3,000. I'm getting into the real estate business, and I've got $3,000, and I'm in the real estate business. Rent has to be paid, car payment, kids have to eat, and I'm in the real estate business. Yeah, probably something we have to focus on, and we're going to because it costs money to make money in real estate. You get into the business for the wrong reasons. So I know we have some of those. Most of them are up here. Stability?
No, he said flexibility.
Oh, flexibility?
But freedom. Freedom, that was it.
Do we have that
That's what
one
I
on
was
here?
thinking about.
So, okay, guys, hold me accountable if I'm missing something. All right, I move a little fast. You don't save enough money to live on. Okay, that's huge. We're going to talk about that. But believe it or not, it's not as much as you think it is. You only sell real estate part-time. How many have a full-time job? Okay, keep your hands up. How many currently have no other employment right now and they're going to get into real estate? Awesome. And how many of you will quit your job before you hang your real estate license with your broker? Okay. We're going to come back to that. You don't set goals or have an action plan in place. So no vision we already talked about.
No business plan?
Yep, where is it?
Right there. Right up. Yep. Right.
Tina. Yeah, right? Did I give you? I haven't given you. Great. Guess what? Tina's got a business plan.
There's your business plan.
All right. You don't understand how or where you don't understand how or where to market yourself. Yeah. Okay. Big deal. Because real estate is simple and it's not
Easy.
Yeah. By the time you leave here today, you're going to remember that. I promise you. You
Now,
leave.
there was one up there, market yourself.
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
Freedom.
Advertising.
Advertising.
Okay. Who's got it?
Freedom.
All the way in the back. You believe that being successful in real estate is easy. Okay? So real estate is simple and it's not easy. But you, the public, people who are getting into the business, believe it is. Yeah. The biggest challenge I overcome when I'm interviewing people that join my team. You're difficult to work with. You're just mean, and you're just rude, and you just want it your way. Okay? I believe you can be assertive. You can look out for your client's best interest, and it can be a win-win or no deal. The Y4C2Ts keeps my agents looking for the finish line. A lot of people who don't understand those values lose transactions. Keep that in the back of your head. You are only interested in real estate and not committed. So, Tom Ferry teaches this, and I believe that he's spot on here. A lot of people get into the real estate business because it's sexy. They want to show homes. They want to make a buttload of money. They want to drive a nice Ferrari. By the way, I don't drive a Ferrari. And they're interested, but they're not committed. They're not committed to what it takes to be successful. Yeah.
What's the difference between interested and committed?
Interesting, you have this type of feeling towards it, but when you're committed, you want to put your mind to it, you give your all to it.
Good. Anything else?
So, can I? Yeah, go ahead.
Interested, like, you know, you have an interest in something, but you're not sure if that's really something you wanted. Committed is when you put your entire self wholeheartedly into that commitment to make it happen and make it become successful.
Like that?
Interested is you're kind of toying with the idea of pursuing an opportunity, and committed despite variables or the changes in the industry. You're still committed to seeing success.
You just interested, like, you just know, like the top, like, the top part of it, basically, and that it's committed, you know everything. You take, know all that, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you put your whole self into it, so you know every detail and everything.
We're gonna.
I hope
Good.
I did
No.
that right.
Good
Don, you have one?
ideas here. Don, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, interest, like you may wanna eat a treat, like a cupcake, but you're committed to your dietary plan, which you check to make sure you have the allotment for that.
Yeah, and if it was Craig, I would just eat the frosting on the top. Because I'm a salesperson, so I can sell myself. Good stuff. And we're gonna dive a little bit into that. And I'm very committed to probably getting us out of this room into the next door area with our partners. So I'm committed to getting us out of this room in the next 21 minutes. Is that cool? And are you guys gonna hold me accountable to that?
Yep.
Good. So we're gonna move on to you're not strategic or have a business plan. Yeah, you're running a business, people. You're not a real estate agent. Successful realtors don't just buy and sell homes. They don't. They're very strategic in their business. They have partnerships, they have alliances, they have research, they know market trends, they know market statistics, they know the inventory, they know everything about their business. They are the 7-Eleven. You fear mistakes and have a desire to look good. Yeah, you'll do whatever it takes to get the deal done or to throw somebody else under the bus and make yourself look good. It happens a lot, especially in residential real estate, because it is a personality-driven market, so people are acting on their emotions. You have no or the wrong role model. Yeah, I think that's probably my biggest thing.
Big one.
That's probably my biggest thing. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes when I got into the real estate business, and now it's cost me a lot of money to stay on top of the curve. And so I didn't have the right role model. In fact, I didn't even have a role model in real estate. Okay, so, yeah, and then I think this is the last slide. You open your business one day a week. What does that mean?
You don't really have a business.
Yeah, you don't have a business. And I think what I'm specifically talking about here is you do the most important activity in your business one day a week. And the rest of it is, oh, we're going to hang out at Starbucks, and we're going to go to a friend's house, and we're going to go on vacation. So real estate is cyclical. What you do today pays you in 3 months from now. Remember that. You have weekly banker hours, 9 to 5. 9 to 5, 4 or 5 days a week. Yeah, good luck with that. Hope that works out for you. And then somebody said here, you have no sales swagger. Like, you have no experience. How many of you have sold something in your life and received money for it? Okay, so half the room. Now we're in Vegas, so I don't want you taking this to a different level. sold something, received money for that. Most people who get into real estate have never done that. They've never sold something. They aspire to do great things. They aspire to make a lot of money. They don't actually know how to persuade people, ask questions to understand. They don't know how to do that. So that's a big deal. Do we have anybody over here, sales experience?
No sales somewhere.
Poor
So
sales.
poor
I
sales.
didn't-
Who
I
said
didn't-
this? Great. Do you have a book yet?
No. Need a book.
He's like, "Give me a damn book." Go all the way across town to get here. Give me a book. All right. So you have no metric-backed goal. So what this means is, I know in order to have this outcome, either today or in my business, X, Y, and Z has to take place. Okay? So my team knows their numbers. Whether they hit them or not, different conversation, but they know their numbers. Every single morning they know what they have to do, how many dials they have to make, how many appointments they have to set, how many contacts they have to make, how many appointments they have to go on to hit their financial goal. And they know what they're doing and what they're not doing. And they can double down the next day, or they can say, I'm good, I'm going to the beach in Santa Monica, I'll be back next week. Because it's their business. You have a poor schedule and or routine. Yeah. Get up whenever you want, show up whenever you want, you're going to make whatever they want you to make. You lack financial management. Okay, you're running a business. So not only do you have to keep books for your business, you now have to keep books for your home, and you probably need to keep another set of books as well, because you're in real estate. IRS, you know where I'm going with that. So, anybody put something on here that didn't get something from me? Yes, what did you put?
Money, lack of money.
Okay, so lack of money, good. And while we're handing that out, how much money do you think it's going to take for you to be successful in real estate? To get started, get your license, pay the fees, hang with a broker and go, okay, Sharon, I want to be a solo agent, I want to be like Frederick, $1 million listing, what do I got to do? How much money is that going to take
To get to that point.
to get there?
10,000?
Okay, 10,000.
2 to 5 grand.
Huh?
2 to 5.
2 to 5,000. 2 to 7,000. Anybody else?
5.
Okay, 15,000.
I'm on.
12 grand. Okay. So how many in this room have that money put away right now and they're ready to go? Okay. Good. So the good news is there's still opportunity for the rest of you. The bad news is Tina, right? Tina is probably going to beat you out of the gate. But there's still opportunity for the rest of you. We'll talk about that. Anybody else that's on here that I didn't get? Yes? Lack of discipline. So we have that up here. Morning routine, something like that. Anybody else I'm missing? People skills. So I would say swagger. Okay, it's not so much people skills, even though we all have to have a certain type of personality to be successful in sales.
It's 12 o'clock.
Thank you very much. I'm not just relying on you guys for the accountability. Siri and I are like this. All right, we're going to give you flip. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Okay, going once, going twice, gone. So, did we scare anybody in the room? No. If we scared you, raise your hand. Did anybody come in today with a different perception of what real estate is truly like? So, you guys have done your research. Connor's like, yeah. Connor joined my team. Started as an ISA, was in school.
Yeah.
Connor's licensed now. So Connor got licensed when?
Last week?
So your license came in last week.
Yes.
You've been on the team as an inside sales agent for how long?
3 months.
And how many deals do you have in the pipeline right now?
5.
5. At an average purchase price of $200,000, which means now a gross commission of about $6,000. So each deal is probably worth somewhere between $2,500 and $4,500 times 5. Yeah, you get the gist.
It did take me a while to get those though. I didn't just jump in and go to it.
Yeah, because there's a curve that has to be accelerated. So now that we have those numbers, can we talk about why we are successful? Can we dive into us? Can we get greedy and talk about us for a second?
Yes.
So now that you understand what your job is, you got to have some money, you got to do some studying, you got to get yourself a mentor, you got to get through school, okay? You got to know your market. You got to find somebody that's going to be next to you through this ride, because real estate is
Simple.
and it's not
Easy.
yeah. Okay, so Ed's my sponsor, by the way. How many watched the videos and you saw something about profit share? Okay, so best thing about Keller Williams, unlike any other brokerage in the world, our owners, Gary Keller, Mo Anderson, all these people who make a gazillion dollars, they take none of the profit that comes from the market center. Zero. They put it all back into the market center in the form of profit share. It's not a multi-level marketing because it comes from the owners. The owners invest in their agents. So last year there was, what, $4 million or $40 million? $40 million, because it's almost $1 billion in profit share since 1982 that they give back. Okay? So in our market center, when we're profitable every month, those of us that generate profitability to the market center, we get a piece of it back. Well, Ed is my sponsor. Ed and I have known each other long before I got into real estate. My background is real estate law. And so I did real estate law for 13 years, horrible time in my life. But my client said, hey, we're losing our houses and everything, please help us. I got my real estate license and I said, my best real estate law client is still worse than my worst real estate sales client. And I make a hell of a lot more money. Peace, I'm out of here. So I came to Keller Williams. Ed was at Keller Williams. Ed's my sponsor. So Ed's probably doing pretty good. Yeah, Ed's not doing so bad.
Not doing too shabby.
Yeah, so Ed makes money off of my production, and then I've got people on my team, and even agents who aren't on my team, who are just solo agents that I've influenced, and I make a little money off of their production. And so last month, I think I took $900 in profit share into my bank account. Not so bad for a little pocket, I call it mailbox money. And so Ed, thanks, because, thank you, I wouldn't be here.
You paid me.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So what does that mean? Well, what's really important about that is Keller Williams understands the culture. They understand that by us working with each other and doing the numbers that we do and helping each other grow and learn, and he's got 6 best-selling books out there. He probably knows what he's talking about. We're successful. And so last year, my team and I had a goal of 120 closed units, and Craig had a net GCI goal, which means after all the bills are paid and all the agents are paid, of $325,000. Well, Craig put it in his personal bank account, $370,000, and we closed 98 transactions. So we're losers. We're total losers when it comes to our production goals. It's okay. We still close more than most people in real estate. And we are so committed, this goes against the interested and the committed part, we're so committed to our production goals this year of 240 closed units. A gross GCI of over $1 million and a net GCI of $650,000. Let's just put it this way, the IRS and we know each other personally. Yeah, we're on a first name basis. So that's what gets me up in the morning. Oh, and by the way, I'm not in production. My money's made off of my agents. They are my client. So I get up every morning, I come to work to help the people that you see walking around here with black shirts on. Those are my clients. And then they, in turn, go and help their clients. Okay, so that's my little greedy side of why I stand up here and why I do what I do. Because I want the top 1% real estate agents out there, and believe it or not, I focus on new agents, because people who are typically in the business and haven't been successful, that's a tough nut to crack, because the business is constantly changing. So Ed, tell me about you and your business.
Well, last year I took 2 months off in the summer. My wife got had a bout with almost death. She was in a coma for 2 weeks.
It was intense.
Yeah, it was bad. She was on a machine, a breathing machine, everything. So I didn't work pretty much for 4 months out of the year. Still made $200,000 without working 4 months. This year, first half of the year, our volume is at $10 million as a team. Craig and I do something really well. We love to bring in new agents. We love to mentor new agents and help them. The biggest problem I would say we have typically is agents make money on our team. That's what they do, they make money. We get them into production, we get them doing stuff, all of a sudden they're making money. Then they say, this is easy.
Bye.
Deuces, I'm gone. Well, I can tell you, out of the 6 people that have left my team, 3 have done no transactions since they left my team, and 2 are no longer in real estate. They're out doing something else, because what we do is easy. It's not easy. It's a product of Craig and I being here typically 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, fighting to see who gets in first, and then 7 o'clock at night, we're still here finishing up, getting things going. Saturday, my team had an open house. I was out driving around counting signs to make sure that we put up the right amount of signs, looking at what the signs look like. Sunday, I was out previewing other open houses that were not mine, to go look at other houses in the neighborhood, see what's going on in the neighborhood. That's what we do. We sleep, eat, breathe real estate. And that's why we're successful. Most agents get into real estate, they think, oh, it's a part-time job, I can do this, it's not a part-time job. If you're gonna get, if you're gonna work 20 hours, you're gonna make 20 hours worth of money. If you're gonna work full-time, you're gonna make full-time money. It's a lot of prospecting, a lot of talking to people. Like, people ask me all the time, what do you do? I turn every conversation I have with anybody on the street into real estate. My kids know it. We'll go somewhere and all of a sudden we'll be talking to somebody and goes, I got a 15-year-old, 13-year-old, they've been in it their entire lives, because that's what I've been in since they've been alive. They'll see me talking to somebody and they're like, here he goes again, he's turning into real estate. And I find a way to turn the conversation into real estate.
Yeah, secret agencies don't get paid.
Yeah.
You know, makes for a great movie, but it's not so good in reality.
And the deal is never too small. Sharon knows a bunch of it. I just got a call this weekend. I sold a gentleman 2 years ago an $80,000 house in Henderson. Horrible little house, but he had cash and wanted to buy it, so I sold it. Keep in touch with him, because it's about a follow-up game. Keep following up with him, talking to him. He called me on Saturday. Hey, you know what? We officially made the move to California. I want you to list my 2 houses. He didn't even ask me to list the house that he bought from me. It's 2 additional houses that he bought from somebody else. Well, one's $400,000 and one's $275,000. And I didn't do anything but just follow up with him and sell him an $80,000 house. But what's going to happen to most of the people in this room in real estate, you're going to sell a house, you're going to talk to somebody, you're going to sell them a house or be their listing agent, forget about them, and Craig and I are going to swoop in and keep following up with them, and when they go back to sell again or refer the business, it's going to be to one of us. Because that's what we do.
So how many of you are committed at this point? I'm getting into real estate, I can do this, I'll hustle, I'll put together my business plan, I'll find a mentor, I'll save every penny I need to, and you're 100% committed. Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you went from committed and are now interested? And you're like, let me do a little bit more, research, let me kind of check things out, maybe put a plan into place. But right now, I'm not ready to get into real estate. Raise your hand. Okay, that's awesome. So for those of you who want to get into real estate right now, would it be okay for me to give you the 3 pillars that will give you success no matter if you decide to be in real estate yourself, join a team, or go find another country and sell homes there? Okay?
And before you go on, Craig, I do want to say one thing, because when Ed was out on Sunday, counting signs and checking open houses, he was breaking one of my rules, right?
I break it all the time.
Yeah, well, you don't break it all the time, I know that for a fact, because I coach it.
Well, I went out of town for 2 weeks, so
I understand. So, everybody has to have a day off. And you may think that just is logical, it's not. When you're a new agent, you will work 10 days a week. And you'll work.
People are doing the math going, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I say too, huh? Okay, so learning to pace yourself, part of having a mentor, part of having somebody who will support you and help you figure out the roadmap is figuring out how to manage yourself. And these 2 guys do a good job of managing themselves and their teams. And it may sound like they work 24/7, but the reality is, what day do you normally take with your family?
Typically, I start Saturday afternoon, and I don't work again until Monday.
Right. So I want you to keep in mind that there is an issue of balance in our business. One of the things that I did was coach top producers for about 20 years. And that's all we worked on, how to make as much money as you wanted and have a life. Because there's a lot of people in our business who make a lot of money who don't have a life. who can't keep their marriages together, whose kids get into trouble. So there is an aspect of it that is about balance.
Oh, absolutely. Full disclosure, she's my coach, so that's why she said that. But I did go to San Diego for 4 days,
Yes.
and then I came back for 1 day, and then I went to Miami for 3 days. So that's why I worked, because I was really gone for a bunch of time in between.
So write this down, take a photo, whatever you want. Let's start with the morning routine. So the one thing Gary Keller says, to create a habit, you must do the same thing for 66 days. Okay? Those of you who go to the gym, you realize, there's a curve. You gotta muscle through it, you gotta keep doing it. And about 60 to 90 days, you're going to make it part of your life. So create a morning routine. Start with something. Why are you in this business? What are you doing? Why are you getting up? Because I'll tell you what, I don't have to wait for my alarm to go off. I don't. I'm up, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to take on the world. I have goals in place, I have money I need to make, I have agents I have to help. I know very clearly what I'm doing every single day when I wake up. And rolling over 4 and 5 times, no. If I'm having that kind of day, because it happens, I was sick with that whole stomach flu a couple weeks ago, and it killed me for 24 hours, and that was it. And I didn't want to get up, and the second day I got up, and I didn't feel good, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to bed, I'm going to turn off the alarm again, and I'm going to muscle through this. And I just changed my mindset. So affirmations, huge for us on the team, huge for people in business. Create a daily action plan. What are my intentions today? What am I going to get done? Am I interested in real estate, or am I committed today? Get motivated. Second, lead gen. The number one job of a real estate agent or any business owner is lead gen. The number 2 is servicing your business. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, attorney, 7-Eleven owner, it doesn't matter. We all have the job of lead generating. All of us. The sooner we understand that as a real estate agent, the faster you will be successful. It's probably the single most reason people get out of business. Well, I don't like to get on the phones. Well, I don't like to call people who don't know me. Stop. See you later. You indefinitely will be in that 87%. You might be successful for 1, 2, or 3 years. And here's why. You have a sphere of influence. Mom, dad, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, used to work at Starbucks, whatever. You will do a few deals. Most people get into the business because they know somebody. But I'm telling you, that business is short-lived. It's not a duplicatable or scalable business. 2017 National Association of Realtors annual report says 44% of all homes sold in America were through repeat and referral business. 44%. 56% of all homes were through an active sales pipeline. People who did not know you, like you, or trust you. In your business, if you call new expireds, FSBOs, anybody know what FSBO is? For sale by owner, yeah. Or make me moves. Well, if I got the right price, I would consider selling it. Call those. They're already interested in the market. They're already thinking. They got one toe in. They are interested, not necessarily committed. Call 10 people you know and ask if they would like a free home evaluation. Follow up with all of your leads. Probably the biggest opportunity. Follow up with those leads. And then last but not least, know your market. I know my numbers. I will take any other real estate agent on in front of a listing any day. I know my numbers. I'm passionate about my market. I'm passionate about my agents. I know what we sell. I know what we don't sell. Okay, how many think right now we're in a fire market and this thing is just going to go forever? No. Some of us who are pessimists will tell you the market is already stabilizing. Stabilizing. Big difference from going up, going down. Markets have cyclical shifts in them. Okay? There's this book called Shift. 97% of all people in real estate have never read the book or even know about the book. But if you want to know what the next market's going to be like and how to protect yourself, I recommend you read it.
And it may be a buyer's market, it may be a seller's market, it is always a broker's market.
Always.
Always.
You will always
Market does not
sell.
have to
Yeah.
affect your business at all.
So know the data of your business. So read Keeping Current Matters. It's online, it's free, it's awesome. We give it to all of our clients. Study hot sheets. You know, how many listings hit the market, how many went pending, contracts closed, withdrawals, withdrawn conditionals, whatever that is. Hold at least 2 open houses per week. Unless you have a book of business, go out and hold an open house. Get belly to belly, because that's the business we're in. And then attend 2 other open houses to see what other agents are doing. We're all opinionated. We're like, oh, I can do that better. Oh, I can do, well, I like what he did there. Yeah, go learn from that. Get out and see what your competition is doing, because if you do, they're no longer your competition. So, how many want to get into real estate? Cool. I love real estate. And how many of you have an idea what your daily routine is going to be to get into real estate? And how many of you are in school right now getting your real estate license? How many of you have no idea how to even sign up for school? Okay? How many of you know how long school takes? How long?
So 5 weeks,
Good.
90
You
hours.
guys already know the answer. Who else? Who else knows how long it takes to get your real estate license in the state of Nevada?
90 hours.
90 clock hours, course hours, yes. And it can be done in as little as 2 weeks. The average price is roughly $500. Okay? Some of you take 3 to 6 months, and some of you say, I'm going to do the online course, and I'm going to get the certificate tomorrow. Because you could. Okay, you could go through the online course, go through everything, test out, and get your certificate, and then have to go and sit with what we call proctoring, which I think now is Parson View, and that costs you $100. So, to answer your question, what it costs to get into real estate? How many have a personal living expense of under $2,000 a month? Car, rent, household, all that stuff. Under $2,000 a month. Personal living expenses. I know, people are like, huh? That's why I'm getting into real estate. Trust me, if you're coaching with me, you're going to learn to slice and dice your personal expenses, just so you know. I live off of $3,000 a month, just so you know. And I own my house. So,
I'm right at about the same, 3,000.
yeah. So we're gonna talk about that out there. So you're under $2,000 a month. How many are under $3,000 a month? Okay, so under $3,000 a month, add $3,000 to that to get through your licensing into GLVAR and sit with a brokerage, and then times your living expenses by 6. And now you know what it's going to cost you to get into business. Okay? Part-time real estate agents do not succeed. It's a myth, unfortunately. We think we can do 2 things. Your clients disagree. As soon as they sniff that you have another job, they will drop you like a hot potato. Just being honest with you. Okay? So, how many like it?
He's okay.
Oh, okay. All of my team is raising. All of this team is like, we like it. Yeah. How many of you like Sharon? Yeah. How many of you like me? Half the room. So, now I'm selling. Because I feel like I've given you guys enough value today. In fact, I've given you a bunch of stuff. I'm looking for people who really, really, really want to make a difference in their life. I'm looking for people who want to challenge me. I want people who say, you know what, Craig, you're at 240 this year. I want to make $150,000 in 12 months. What are you going to do to hold me accountable? And I want to talk to you. Okay? Now, not everybody's fit for my organization. And you know what? You guys are talking to me just like I'm talking to you. Ed runs a completely different type of organization. Completely different. I encourage you to sit with him. And for those of you who just want to be an agent and then you want to kind of decide what's going to happen next, I want you to spend a couple minutes with Sharon. Okay? And I also want every one of you in this room to know you can walk into this Keller Williams office at any time, go to the front desk and say, can I speak with Sharon or Ed or Craig or anybody else that is in your culture? And we will come up front, we will get with you, and we will spend our time with you.
Actually, I want to share with you that we had an agent move to another company recently, and when she left, I said to her, the experience you're going to have is that your broker's not going to be available, because I used to work for that company and I know how that is. Do you know last weekend she called me on Sunday, and she said, Sharon, I have to do a VA deal and I don't know how to do it. Remember, she's with another company. I said, and where's your broker? And And she said, I don't know. Can't find it. I said, okay. So I helped her do the deal. I helped her write the contract. I helped her, I told her what she needed to do when she presented it. I told her what kind of stuff she needed to say. Because it's more important to me that we have knowledgeable, educated realtors out there as our competitors than it is to try to shut down somebody because they're working for somebody else. I doubt that she'll call me again, because I'll ask her the same question, where's your broker? But I want you to understand that that is where we come from. All of us come from that place.
And it's unique.
It
This
is
culture is
unique.
unique. This
It is
isn't everywhere.
It is
I call a lot of brokerages golden handcuffs. You know, it's what you can do for the brokerage. That's why you see, so, you know, Gary Keller talked in the vision speech. He talked about being a dependent brokerage. And then he talked about being an independent brokerage. And then there was this shift where Gary Keller really capitalized and he called it interdependent. So on my team, I have a bunch of business owners. I have 15 business owners and they're gonna grow to 25 business owners. And my job every day is to say, how can I help you grow your business? And in our brokerage, we have 150 business owners. And Ed and I teach a lot of classes. A lot of you guys have all the flyers. You see, I mean, there are brokerages out there that will teach onesie, twosie classes, and that's awesome. These are taught by us. I'm out there, I'm selling homes, my agents are out there selling homes, our partners are out there. We know what's happening in the market. We can see a shift long before it's coming. My coach, you know, I'm not fortunate to coach with Sharon because you never invited me to coach with her. That's all right, that's another conversation. But I am proud to coach with the top 10 real estate agent in the country at a cost. Okay, it's a lot of money. But I do coach with them. And so I learn about the rest of the country's market and what we're doing and what we're not doing. And I can take my team's information and go, well, I got this guy on my team, and this is where he's at, and this is where he's going. My coach will help me run through that. So I think we've given you guys a lot of great value. I know I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, so I hope that you will stick around. You will have, yeah, I guess that's probably important, right? People want to know who gets a free class. How many of you want your class paid for? Yeah, so I actually have 2 of them, okay, because I was feeling generous. So Brandon, on his way up here, Brandon, why don't you tell them what our daily routine consists of?
So we wake up, we come to the office.
You don't take a shower?
No shower, there's no time.
We do script practice every morning at 9 a.m. to 9:30, so we practice our script.
So we do a huddle call first.
Oh yeah, we do the huddle call, that's at 8:45, so we discuss the numbers for the day prior. We talk about how yesterday was a win for us, the challenges we faced, and how we can make today a win. After we do that, we all gather up, we go over to the bullpen, we talk, we do script practice, practice on the phone because you're gonna run into a lot of different people. And then after that, we go back into the team office, we lead generate for 2 hours from 9:30 to 11:30. After that, we go to lunch at 12, we discuss how we can improve our businesses, how he can help me and how I can help him. After that, we usually have about an hour or 2 of follow-up, and then usually after that I have flex time for if I have appointments.
And that happens how many days a week?
6.
Yeah.
Sometimes 7.
How many active attendees do you have right now?
I have 2 active listings, 1 under contract, and then 1 separate deal.
And then how many closings have you had in the last 2 months?
5.
Because real estate is, it's just not easy. Yeah. Okay, so, Sharon,
I always get this job.
that way, if somebody wants to file a complaint, you
Yes.
just go right to the
I'm the
source.
complaint department.
All right, who's got ending in 2435? Hey, congratulations, 2 claps. Let's try that one more time. 2 claps. Good job. And we're gonna do it one more time. And everybody's in here, right?
I was just gonna say, I'll negotiate.
And this one is 2442. 2442. Must be present to win.
Probably mine.
Other rules apply. Does anybody know the theme song to Jeopardy? We know who the high eyes are in the room. So how many are signed up in real estate school right now? Okay, 1, 2. Awesome. How many are like gonna go sign up in the next 24 hours?
2442?
2442.
Oh,
Anybody?
Maybe this gentleman left.
All right, well, you must be present to win. That one is gone. We're gonna do it one more time. All right, this one is 2441. 2 claps. Good job. All right, so I look forward to seeing everybody out there. I want to introduce real quick on your way out 2 of our partners that help Ed and I in all of our success. We have Casey. Casey, introduce yourself. Who are you with?
Hi, I'm Casey Smith. I'm with FBC Mortgage. I sell money, okay? And if you don't know the difference between the type of mortgage company and, let's say, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or whatever, we'll close your loan on time, probably early, and I always answer the phone. That's my short speech.
How many of you know anything about real estate, lending, and mortgage, and CFPB, and all that good stuff? Great. How many of you have no idea what the acronyms I just said mean? I would align yourself with a lender, because that is going to be one of your hardest hiccups getting into the business. You know, they've already got the agent. Now they're like, well, what do I need to do to get my loan? And how come they want my first child? And you need to know those things. Okay, that's really important. So yes, so Casey, and then over here we have Marks from Vegas Inspect. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Fantastic. I'm here with Vegas Inspect. I'm glad y'all came here today. How many learned a lot? How many say I'm committed? Y'all know what committed means? Let me tell you a real quick definition of commitment. Commitment is walking into a room with no exit door. That's the best definition I've ever heard of commitment. Vegas Inspect, much like Keller Williams, I love being here because, like them, we are a value-driven company. We believe that people sometimes live to work instead of working to live. We believe that we have an obligation to help you and all of our other partners succeed. We also believe that it takes time, people with resources, be time, money, expertise, can impact their communities and in turn change the world. And that's why you're here. We're here to support you in those endeavors, provide your clients assurances through home inspections, and we're always here for you as well. Mr. Smith's a good man. He's a good man in the community, so definitely make sure you shake your hand, talk to him.
All right, so we've got some snacks out in the bullpen if everybody wants to kind of hang out there, and then I've got some more stuff to give away, so I hope to get a chance to talk to you. Ed, anything? Any closing comments?
Nope. Glad that everybody to be here. Hope you learned something. Definitely talk to Vegas Inspect and the lender to get some information. Maybe schedule an appointment with them.
Free swag too. I got free swag.
Yeah. Set an appointment with them to talk to them. Set an appointment with either Craig, Sharon, or myself. We'd love to talk to you.
Yep.
And have a great day and good luck to everybody.
We'll see you all out there. Thanks, guys.